So here we have the Vauxhall Mokka on a 64 plate. I'm going to start off by showing you around the outside of the car, and then we'll hop in and run through some controls on the inside. From the outside though, you can see that it's a 5-door car with alloy wheels and tinted windows. We're going to start off inside the boot first of all. As we approach the back of the car, you can see we have reversing sensors, plenty of boot space as well, along with that 60/40 split folding rear seat, should you wish to increase this space even further. Okay, so we're just going to work our way back around to the front of the car, and then we'll hop in and run through some controls on the inside of it from there. Just briefly before we climb in, I think it's well worth seeing the interior from this exterior point of view. There's plenty to run through on the dashboard, so let's hop in and we'll do that now. Okay, now that we're inside the car, we're going to start with the dials. Over on the left-hand side, we have the rev counter. We have the speedometer on the right-hand side. In the centre at the top, the coolant temperature gauge and fuel gauge. And beneath that, the trip computer, which includes the total miles for this car. They are 45,968. It'll also show you what gear this car is in there. It's an automatic, and we're in park at the moment, of course. If we back out to the steering wheel, we have our stereo controls. We have the cruise control over on the left-hand side, as well as speed limiter. And then in the center, the stereo for the car. So we have all the buttons down here to access our various different things, including your phone. The main screen itself is up here. So once you've pressed the button, follow the instructions on screen, but we can pair our phone. We can access our auxiliary input, CD player, which is just here. We got the radio, of course. This car's got DAB, AM and FM radio. The main volume for the stereo is on here as well. And then beneath that, we have our dual zone climate control, meaning that you can adjust the passenger temperature, the driver temperature. You can increase and decrease the fan speed. You can determine what direction you'd like the air to be distributed in. The air conditioning is on at the minute, so you can turn it off, back on again, or hit auto. The car will now take full control of the fan speed, which you can hear it doing, and the direction of the air. You can manually override that whenever you wish to, and you can put it back on your own settings up here. But essentially the car is maintaining these temperatures for you by taking control of those bits that I mentioned before. We have a heated steering wheel. We have heated driver and passenger seats as well, both of which have 3 different heat settings on each. Underneath that, we have our parking sensors, the downhill brake control. Auxiliary input is underneath here. We have a 12-volt charging socket as well. The gear lever for the fully automatic gearbox, and the plus and minus button on top here is so that you can change up and down a gear manually should you wish to do that. All that leaves me to say is thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you'd like to come and see the car in person and have a test drive, please feel free to give us a call here at Glenbourne's. We'd love to hear from you soon.